Christ. I was somewhat like the Donald, I have to admit. Like he used to be, until, like he used to be over a decade ago. I used to speak about girls now, what they have down there in crude terms.
If the security guards come out, you're going to be told to give them space, so you might want to step back a little bit.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Love corrects me.
I have a question.
Oh my God. Try it, make it intelligent.
What do you think of Hitler as Nazi?
Because what?
What do you think of Hitler?
Well, Hitler was a socialist, like Hillary, and I'm against socialism. A Nazi Socialist Workers' Party. I believe in capitalism.
Dictatorship.
What?
Dictatorship.
A dictator. See, God's not a dictator. A dictator is one who's above the law, or law unto himself. The beauty of the God of the Bible is he submits himself to the same reasonable laws that he expects us to live by. The gods of many religions are tyrannical and despotic. Say Zeus, the Greek god. He's a rapist, they murder, and it's okay because they're the gods. But see, if our God would become a murderer, then we should no longer worship him.
But he wasn't.
He killed the two twin cities though, because he gave up on it.
Now you know the difference between murder and justifiable homicide. God's got laws. We have the death penalty in this country, in some states. And so a murderer in, like Florida, a convicted murderer has forfeited the right to life.
What's a soldier?
Well, a soldier, if he's involved in a just war, is defending his country. Self-defense. For self-defense. If
Then no one else would be just killing because no one would be attacking.
What's that?
No one would die if no one attacked, but who would do attack?
If you're attacked, you should use what you have a right to use, what force necessary to stop him. Now, if you can stop him short of killing you, I think you have that moral obligation. But let's face it, some people, some murderers, rapists, and so on, will not be stopped until they're killed. So that's justifiable homicide. Not all killing.
What wars do you think are just?
Change the laws, you won't be able to do that.
No. If it's
But right now, if he doesn't take advantage of it, some other businessman will. So he's a very astute businessman.
Okay, so his whole idea, his whole campaign is based off of the jobs should stay in America, right? But his shirts are coming from China. No, you didn't. That's the thing. You didn't.
No, because once he's in office and has the ability to pass legislation or influence the passage of legislation, Congress has to pass it. And, the tariff laws and so on prevent it. So he's taking advantage of the system as it is. Just like you take advantage of, hopefully, the loopholes you have to pay the least amount of taxes that you should have to. Some of it, granted, Trump admits is unfair. But he's not going to be a fool to pay taxes you don't owe.
Don't you think he's going to take advantage of the immigrants?
Well, he'll put America first. That's the thing. Instead of shipping all this foreign aid overseas and building up other countries, let's rebuild our infrastructure, our bridges, our highways, do what we want. Often this aid, we said, never really gets to the needed people. Politicians in the country use it to take it themselves.
Can you explain how
Some of them are trying to buy homes. They don't really respect us for that. So, maybe the government's really friendly to us.
He's the Kit Kat god.
Well, I don't usually call them faggots, I call them queer.
No, you call girls whores. Is that?
Well, a lot of them are. I was encouraging them to charge these boys though. Girls don't just give it away. You could probably get $50 a trick, any of you girls. And some of the girls around here could probably get 100.
Wait, can you say that one more time?
You gotta record this shit.
And by the way, girls, I want to mess around with these college boys. Most of them don't have any money. Go down to the state capitol. Find some of these Democrats. They'll probably give you $1,000 a trick.
Hold on, wait. Did you still say that we're sinning if we, like, if we're prostitutes?
Well, you're going to hell anyway, so you might as well get paid for it. That's
Oh, that makes it so much better.
Nice.
I mean, that. Wow.
just like when I was in college and a Playboy player. I thought I might as well. I'm going to hell anyway. Might as well get the real thing instead of masturbating or whatever you people do.
Don't you think that's hypocritical?
I didn't believe in God. So it's
Right.
hypocritical
I
if
believed
you
in
believe
God
in
for
God.
18 years of my life, and then I had a lot of questions that nobody could answer for me.
Oh, okay. I bet I can answer.
I bet you can.
What are you gonna do it?
About a theological question.
Theological?
Women questions I do in my life.
Okay, so it's more like my family was really dysfunctional, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of problems, super abusive, and
mean physically or
if God is so just and He really cared about His children, why would that happen?
Okay.
Why would He let that happen? We were Christians. We
Why
went to
do
church every
bad
Sunday. We
things
worshiped
happen
Him
to good people?
devoutly.
Why do bad things happen to good people? It all brings down to free will. People abusing their freedom. Now, if God were to interfere and stop every evil act, in order to do that, He would have to take away human freedom. Take away man's freedom to do evil, and he no longer has the freedom to be virtuous or good or loving.
If
So
He
God
gave us-
took a high risk when He created men and women in His own image instead of just creating the robots. You can program a robot. God cannot cause us to do right. He cannot cause us to be loving. Does that make sense? So it's free will. And then make sure, then too, if you're in a bad situation, the Bible says we overcome evil with good.
What does that mean?
Well, someone mistreats you, you treat them kindly. It doesn't, I admit it doesn't always work, but sometimes it will. You treat them well, someone who's been mean to you, you be kind to them, and that can often change them.
Out and say that it hasn't. I respected my parents like a lot. I've always, and nothing changed.
Yeah,
So
same, got to keep at it, got to have faith. And
gotta keep at it.
And sometimes it may take years. No one ever showed greater, miss. No one ever showed greater love than Jesus, and He was constantly abused. Yet, and then when He's hanging from the cross, what does He say? Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. See, that's love. And they didn't take Him off the cross when He said those kind words to Him. They took a sword and speared Him. So Christianity overcomes, but you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that love will overcome. If you don't have faith that love will overcome, it won't happen.
So your wife and Muslims.
That you're older.
Would you mind focusing on somebody else?
Oh well, you asked me about.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what the girl really wanted to answer. See, a lot of people ask questions. I give them a reasonable answer. They refuse to believe because your problem is unwillingness to believe. You gotta be willing. Willing. Do you believe in Jesus? What do you think?
Last 5 hours.
You a Buddhist? Buddhist?
What if
No
what
religion.
started the question as you got here? You know, like,
Do you have any religion?
I'm more a Buddhist person.
Oh.
It's been a philosophy of observed Buddhism.
So, why have you chosen Buddhism
Sorry.
over Christianity?
Yeah.
Why do you think, be more specific, how do you think the Buddha
Sorry.
is a more admirable character than Jesus?
He came from a king of paradise. He saw what was happening. He went out. He saw the Four Noble Truths, which how life is. Everything sucks, basically. He went to try to find the answer for his people. He found the answers years later and
Do you
came
wanna
back
restate
and
your
helped
question?
everyone.
How does that? How does that teach you?
Well, actually, I don't really want
How
to
is
say
that
anymore.
superior to what Christ did?
They can
Are
be
you- like, are you
satisfied
busy
with
next
their own
hour?
selves and their own life and
Do you
how
want
to
to
get better
should we like
for
get
themselves.
conversation? Should we ask some questions?
Jesus
I can
was a king.
answer your
He
questions.
was king of kings. He was God. He became a man. He came down from heaven and subjected himself to abuse. He did nothing but good for people, and people mostly did nothing but evil towards him. Finally, delivering him up to be crucified. And then the third day, he rose from the dead. Hallelujah.
And that's it.
When
Did Buddha rise from the dead?
yes, there's different versions of Buddha.
Where is he now?
What's in Jesus? Let me see some.